Hi guys, here from Pax Europiana from Pristina, here on this wonderful morning after the EU summit and ahead of the NATO summit and during the G7 summit. And I want to make it very clear that I'm not happy with the level of decision making on the international arena because they have neglected Kosovo again, and that was a big mistake. Kosovo visa liberalization must be happening, but as well the recognition of all the new accession countries. All the countries must be then recognizing Kosovo. This is very important to show unity between the 9 countries. I'm also not happy with the government of Kosovo. Why didn't you apply for EU candidate status? Why didn't you apply? When I said in May, when I said in June, when I came in April, I was now 3 times in Kosovo. It's the 3rd time, and I always called the government people, apply for the EU. It's important because now Georgia, Bosnia and Kosovo are the only potential candidate status countries. What's that for? It's not just visa, it's also the EU candidacy. And ultimately I call again for NATO membership of this country. It's anyhow protected by NATO, the same like Bosnia. And we have the security guarantee for these 2 countries which we created ultimately as EU and NATO in 95 and 99. We defended them with the blood of American pilots and of the Kosovo people and the Bosnian people and the American soldiers and the European soldiers. So why not let them fully into NATO? I cannot understand the logic. Ahead of the NATO summit, I call again for Kosovo to join NATO, for Bosnia to join NATO, together with Sweden and Finland, and for Austria to join NATO, to have peace in the Balkans, because Serbia then has no longer any excuses. It's hard for me to understand the logic. Here we had the Kosovo Philharmonic Orchestra yesterday. I made the video yesterday, maybe you saw it. And I call all countries, recognize Kosovo. It's a peaceful and nice and successful republic with the euro, and it's very good. And additionally, I call for energy for Kosovo. We need a new effort of the international community in the Southern Balkans to have enough energy. We need to get this done. I will talk more during the day about this one, but it's really very important. We simply don't do enough in institutional, strategic and in economic areas. The G7 has now talked a lot of things, very good, in Elmar, beautiful, but where is the 1.5 trillion investment package for European victory? To support Ukraine, to support Kosovo, to support the integration of all the countries in the European Union? Where is it? I have called for many times now. It's not that I lack patience, but I cannot understand the logic of our decision makers at this moment. We need to get things done faster and to have more effort. We lost since 2018. We could have done all the infrastructure in Romania to the Black Sea, in super highways, in super railways, in the energy sector. Then the connectivity to Ukraine and to Moldova would have been very easy. Now we have not done the last 15 years all the things of redistribution which was necessary. Now we are again in the moment when we have this war with Russia. It was foreseeable since 2008. And then we have to build the energy infrastructure and the railway infrastructure to Eastern Europe. The same is here on the Balkans. We need to connect all the countries efficiently via tunnels, railways and highways to the Adriatic seaport to supply them militarily, if necessary, via the sea. I mean, it's not so complicated. I really wonder, what our decision makers are neglecting Eastern Europe at their own peril and at the cost of European taxpayers, because investing in the beginning is a much better way than waiting and then having this huge cost of the war and these economic shocks which we are currently in. It could have been all avoided by smarter politics from 2008 onwards. And still today we can do smarter politics by doing this step package of 1.5 trillion and then funding all the integration and the European infrastructure investments from Albania to Ukraine. And that's beneficial ultimately. It will be the same like we had this big boom in the 2000 with the enlargement. This is the integration of another 67 million people into the European internal market via one currency, the euro, and via this infrastructure initiative is the much better policy. Anyhow, I hope there will be wisdom and I pray for that. Thanks a lot and please support and recognize Kosovo and bring energy to the Southern Balkans. Bye.